Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. Life demands bold decision-making and wit to prevail in all the odd circumstances. Great accomplishments require great compromises. For the time being, you have to move out of your comfort zone and face the challenges of times. You lose something in order to attain greater gain. This requires a lot of risk and bravery to give up good for the best. Also, do not settle for less than what you are capable of, because if you do so, you will despise yourself for the rest of your life. You must be patient through your rainy time, and ultimately your endurance will result in good fortune. I believe in the supreme worth of the individual and in his right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. State and government exist to facilitate and protect the interests of the individuals. Individuals are free to choose their own goals and objectives in life. The state is there to facilitate them rather than to create any hindrances. Liberty, freedom, and equality are the fundamental and inalienable rights of the people. When the government expands its authority and goes beyond the constitutional limits, liberty of the masses is compromised. The government is to safeguard our collective interests. When it does unnecessary interference in the private life of the citizens, revolution becomes an ultimate reality in the end. Thus, the government must protect the freedom and liberty of the people at all costs. This is the best measure of the success of any political system. I believe that every right implies a responsibility, every opportunity, an obligation, every possession, a duty. We are given some rights, and in return we are expected to fulfill some duties. Our happiness depends on both these factors. When we get what we deserve, we become joyful. The best way to repay back is to fulfill your duty honestly. This is a collective approach where you care for others and lend them a helping hand. If we fail to do any one of the following, our peace is at stake. We must create the virtues of tolerance and patience in order to be true Epicurean. Thus fulfill your moral obligations, like respect the elders, do your own chores, and pay back to the community. There is a simple formula that is love for all and hate for none. Abraham Lincoln said, and I quote, "When I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad. That's my religion." I believe that the law was made for man and not man for the law. That government is the servant of the people and not their master. Purpose for the formation of the state is to safeguard individual liberty and freedom. Individuals should be facilitated in the pursuit of happiness rather than hindered. People who compromise their freedom are ultimately crushed by the state. State uses unconstitutional means to clamp down the dissent and opinion of the masses. Benjamin Franklin advises the people to stand up for their rights and snatch freedom from the authoritarian setup. If you seek temporary relief and give up your fundamental rights like freedom and liberty, you will be undone. Remember, never ever give up your freedom and independence, and utilize all the means in your capacity to get it even by iron fist. I believe in the dignity of labor, whether with head or hand. That the world owes no man a living, but that it owes every man an opportunity to make a living. Real value of any product is the sole right of the laborer, whether done with hand or head. As it is the very basic right of everybody to own a property by utilizing his skills. You are not responsible for providing living to anybody, but you are responsible to pay the wages to laborers who made untiring efforts in your service. They truly deserve our respect and honor. We should not mete out inhumane treatment towards them. There is no shame in hard work. You are free to do any labor to finance your expenses. Though money cannot buy happiness, it can provide means to be happy. Food, shelter, and clothing are one of the basic needs of every individual. And all of us have the right to improve ourselves economically to meet the soaring prices of food staples. The bar is on us to respect all those who are making every effort to meet their ends. I believe that truth and justice are fundamental to an enduring social order. Justice is to treat everybody fairly without any discrimination on the basis of gender, color, or race. Injustice in any society creates a plethora of problems. As Martin Luther King Jr. says, the arc of the universe is long, but it always bends towards justice. Justice must be seen to be done. Likewise, truth is imperative for personal as well as collective benefits. When you lie, you actually deceive yourself and it will no longer serve you. Ultimately, there comes a point when you have to face the music. Societies where there is injustice and inequalities will be most vulnerable to chaos and violence. Justice uplifts the state and puts it on the road to progress and prosperity. To get justice, we must be united regardless of who is being exploited and who is not. If there is division among our ranks, our opponents will try to take advantage of us and subject us to disparities and discrimination. A government without rules is a mystery in politics, and it is inconceivable to the people and inconsistent within the society. I believe that love is the greatest thing in the world, that it alone can overcome hate, that right can and will triumph over might. Love is wise and hatred is foolish. Through love, beauty, and truth you can conquer all. Evil cannot be eradicated by committing greater evil, rather by gentleness and kindness. Life is too short to indulge in petty enmities and unnecessary hatred. Hate pollutes our heart and indices evil in us. Spread love and positivity for all. You need to adopt an approach, love for all and hatred for none. Your life will be less chaotic and worrisome. The resolution of all the conflicts and rivalries lie in peaceful coexistence and non-violent means. Love can keep you to safer shores away from the aegis of evil. Love is a breath of fresh air in the midst of chaos. Preferring love over hate, for love is the panacea of all ailments. Faithless is he that says farewell when the road darkens. Self-belief and faith are the weapons with which you can cope with every situation. It requires a lot of gut and grit to keep on track. But those few who are able to do so, they write history. On the other hand, a faithless and rogue fellow never makes it to the end and always gives up in the midst of a struggling period. Great accomplishments require Leviathan hearts to thrive and burn. Folks who are lazy and careless, they do not search for the remedies. Such a lot has no one to blame but themselves for their failures and setbacks. We need to give up ambiguity and uncertainty about the things which are not under our control. Chin up and cheer up, as destiny is getting closer and you are almost there. The world is indeed full of peril, and in it there are many dark places, but still there is much that is fair. And though in all lands love is now mingled with grief, it grows perhaps the greater. This world is full of vicious and evil-minded creatures. We cannot trust anyone and share our matters with them. People have a fickle nature and may stab you in your back. Beware who your friends and enemies are. Still, with this negativity and enmity, there is hope of love and beacon of compassion which can take us out of these dark holes. Evil cannot be eradicated by committing greater evil, rather it can be rooted out through love, sympathy and utmost affection for all and hatred for none. Love is the panacea for all of the diseases and ailments. Sometimes, we just need to live in sincere care to get the chaos inside and out. Charity is injurious unless it helps the recipient to become independent of it. Charity is something helpful and generous to the needy and the miserable. It is assumed that it brings temporary relief to the needy, but it's not a long-lasting solution. It will make him inept and lazy and always dependent on others. With the passage of time, such masses become habitual and always show up with begging bowls. It is quite harmful for them, and we must refrain from making it their begging habit. Charity is to be considered only if it makes the recipient autonomous and free from others' dependency. A man of words and not of deeds is like a garden full of weeds. There are people who say something and do others. They don't even act upon their own words and become real hypocrites with the passage of time. They are like a garden which is full of harmful and undesirable plants. The primary reason for their failure is their own stubborn and hypocritical attitude. We need to be men of actions instead of words. We must do what we say instead of beating about the bush. I do not think there is any other quality so essential to success of any kind as the quality of perseverance. It overcomes almost everything, even nature. History is written by the gallants and the victorious. Hardships and problems are the part of every great man's story. They solved and overcome their obstacles through dedication and determination. There is only need to put up a continued effort regardless of the failure to achieve your goals and ambitions. There is always something which you can do and succeed at the highest honors. The best way is to never let yourself down and unmotivated, rather keep on trying until it's done. Through consistency and perseverance you can prevail in all odds. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series was rejected 12 times before it garnered huge success. No matter what you are doing, make sure you stick to it and keep doing it until it's done.